Hey everyone, welcome to John Talks Indian Cinema. I am your Indian Cinemaniac John with another 10ish minute review. We're just cruising along on this list. I'm almost done with the first 10. I'm excited about that. So today, and let me apologize up front because I do not know who recommended this film. Somebody did, and for the life of me, I can't find out who did. So if you recommended this, let me know in the comment section, and I'll make sure I bring it up the next time. The film is Ahsoka from 2001. That's right, SRK, King Khan, um, based on a real person. In fact, the emperor of what is it? The Maurya dynasty. Um, it was actually his actual name was Ashoka, not Ahsoka. And when they asked SRK why he left the H off, he said he donated the H to history. I don't know what that means, but I don't know why they made that change, but they did. It was directed by Santosh Sivan. It stars Shah Rukh Khan, who you guys know I've done a ton of stuff on Shah Rukh Khan, big fan. Kareena Kapoor, need I say more? Danny Denzongpa, Danny Denzongpa, amongst others. It was interesting because they had an opening message about the film, but it was also rated R. And I don't know if I've seen an R rated, I'm sure I have, but I've never seen that at the beginning because I know this was released globally, and that could be why that was there. Um, Couple things, just a few things about this film. Shah Rukh Khan and Kareena Kapoor, there's a lot of sword fighting in this, and they trained for a long time in the sword fighting, and you can kind of see that in the sword fights. And this was, like I mentioned, it was released globally, and at the time was the first time an SRK film had been released globally. They also speak modern Hindi, although in that time period they speak Prakrit, I think it's called. There was also a hit song, Rat Ka Nasha, that was huge when this film came out. Salman Khan was offered the lead and turned it down. And in the climax battle, because he did not want to, the director did not want to augment this with CGI. There were 6,000 extras, 600 horses, and 50 elephants in the climax scene. And the climax is pretty good. Now, the story. Look, the story is the true story with dramatic license of the Emperor Ashoka, who who basically the story is he starts off as an idealistic guy, and there's a struggle of who's going to get the throne, him, his brother, and they think he's vying for the throne, and they take that as not a good thing. So there's a bunch of assassination attempts on his life. Finally, the mother gets him through a vow of silence, gets him to leave the kingdom and go and travel around, and that's where he meets Kareena Kapoor. And the first part of this film is really a love story between those two, and then it takes a pretty dramatic turn, um, where his there are assassination attempts again. He thinks his wife Karina, whose name was Karwaki, um, and her brother Aryan, who was a prince and princess, and he is the rightful ruler of the throne from their village. Where I'm not sure that I think it was Kalinga. I think that's what it was. I'm not 100% sure, but he thinks they get killed in this big ambush, and he goes on a revenge tour where he is just killing indiscriminately. And I will say that one of the most powerful scenes in the film to me is after the climactic battle when he's walking the battlefield and seeing the carnage that he inflicted. And as a result of that, takes a completely different approach, and it's called Dhamma, righteous conduct. And he didn't he didn't start Buddhism, but he expanded it with his new approach. Um, but I found it a very interesting story. There were, it was hard. The politics of it were a little hard to understand. You know why they wanted him dead, and he kind of knew who wanted him dead, but didn't do anything about it. His brother was Susima, who was not a good guy. Um, and then when he thinks his wife is dead, Kareena Kapoor's character, he marries this beautiful, and I don't know if I've seen her in anything, um, Hrishita Bhatt, who played Devi, just beautiful. But he marries her, but not really in love with her, because all he can think about is Kareena's character, and she's okay with that. Well, she gets pregnant, but this is all while he's going on this revenge thing. And she wants nothing to do with it. And she doesn't want her child to be brought up in that. So she actually leaves him. Um, and he ends up on the battlefield, and he ends up finding Kareena Kapoor still alive. And, they want to go at each other because he's killing everybody. Um, but so the story I'll give a 4. It was interesting. It was a little confusing. I'm not going to lie, but I'm going to give it a 4. The performances, um, I thought Shah Rukh Khan was really good in this. Like one of the better things I've seen him in. I always say I want to see him in a more grounded performance, and like Swades did that for me. But in this one, it was historical, but the changes he goes through in the film, and the physicality of the role, I thought it was one of the better things I've seen him in. I thought he was great in this. And Kareena Kapoor, look, and you guys know how I feel about her. I definitely get a crush on her. And she was young in this movie. I mean, she was young. I mean, she was absolutely gorgeous, but she was really young. She's not the greatest actress in the world, okay? I like her as an actress, but like Taboo, I put here. Karina, I put here. Sharma, I don't know her first name, but I think she's a great actress too. Um, but I thought she was pretty good in this. And again, she had to get a little physical too with some of the sword fighting. And that last scene where they confront each other in the climax of the film, um, I thought she was good. And the other characters, look, this is an SRK film. So because of that, I'm going to give the performances a 4. I thought he was great in this. I really liked it. Now the music, and there was a lot of music. There was a lot of music. Karina's entrance, she's in the water and all dripping. I love that song. I didn't hear the music, but I loved the song. Then there's a belly dancer scene. That's the second song. I think it's called "Come Get Ready." How about that? How about that for subtle? Um, oh, the scene where he's thinking about her, and I don't remember what the song was, but the visual of it was kind of a black forest, and there are flames jumping up, and then they actually do like this dance, not a dance, but that's kind of what it was like, underwater. So they actually film underwater, and then they end up under a waterfall. Visually, see, this is the thing, right? I don't remember the song. I remember the visual. Um, and the fifth song, yeah, she's on a boat thinking about him because they've been separated. Um, and now the incidental music, which lately I've become a big fan of, I thought was great. I thought it fit the error of the movie. I thought it fit the theme of the film. So I like the music. The musical numbers were okay, but the music incident, I'm going to give the music a 4. So overall, I'm going to give this movie a 4. Now, I know that this was not a big hit. Um, and I'm not sure why, but but I will also say this. This was a visually striking movie. I mean, it was big. It was epic. Um, and some of the locations that they filmed, there's some stuff I've never seen before, were beautiful. I mean, they really filled the screen. And again, I thought one of SRK's better performances. I thought he carried this film. I thought he did a really good job. And I did, I want to look up this emperor because I never heard of him before, obviously. And I thought that was pretty interesting too, about the connection to Buddhism and nonviolence after. And they don't sugarcoat it in everything I read about him. He was brutal. He was a brutal leader for a lot of it. So I appreciated that. So yeah, this was big. It was again visually just a beautiful, beautiful film. So yeah, a 4. So whoever recommended that, please, I feel terrible that I don't know who did, but let me know if you did or not. Okay, so I can let my audience know. Um, but that's it. So that's what I thought about that film. So let me know what you think about in the comment section. And as always, you know what to do. Subscribe, hit the notification button, hit the like button, leave a comment. Wait a minute. Smash the like button. Okay. I get 600 views. I get 5 people smashing the like button. That's what moves the algorithm. Also, comments move the algorithm. Not much else does. Slowly building, slowly building. I appreciate that. I appreciate your continued support too. So that's all I got on this one. So thanks for watching, everybody. And we will talk to you soon on John Talks Indian Cinema with, yes, another 10ish minute review.
Zooby dooby zooby dooby nache क्यों पागल stupid man Zooby dooby pampara Zooby dooby param pam Zooby dooby nache क्यों